Everybody, this is Dallas Stone here doing another Let's 3D model today. And today I'm going to try and get this into Substance Designer. I remember saying that yesterday and not being able to. So today my goal is to get this into Substance Designer. Last episode I was able to put this sorry. Last episode I was able to UV everything here. So let me just quickly kind of show you guys the layout that I was able to create for it. I mean, there's still tons of space here, which will allow me to save this space for future use, whether it be creating some decals or it'll probably end up being decals. To be honest with you, I'll probably use it to create some cool decals or some designs, logos, or whatever it may be, for like the stove or whatever. So I'll try and keep that in mind for later. But for now, let's get this into Substance Designer. So I'm just gonna export this out and make sure that it's gonna be good for Substance. Sorry guys, clearing my throat here a little bit. This is nice and early in the morning for me today, so yeah, let's see here. Source, should we go to source? What am I doing? I should probably make a substance folder. I made a ZBrush folder. I should make a substance folder, because I like to export everything in OBJs. So I'm going to put substance here, and then in here, nope, that's not what I want. I tried out the live streaming feature in YouTube. I don't really know how good it is. So I'm not too sure. I don't know if I'll be doing like live streaming. I think that might take up a little bit too much time. I would rather just create videos and then just spit them out and just upload them, and then just leave it and let people kind of watch it for what it is, rather than live streaming. I mean, the chat stuff would be fantastic, would be really cool, but again, it's just having to constantly look over chat and like answering people's questions left and right. I'm not too sure if that's the route that I want to go. I used to do that, and it was fun. It was fun to do, but I just felt like it was a lot more maintenance. Alright, so I just exported it as an OBJ file, and I don't know what it is. I just seem to have a way better luck with OBJs when it comes to using Substance Painter and Substance Designer. I'm really sad, to be honest with you guys, that I can't that I'm not using ZBrush for a lot of this stuff, but I'm gonna try and do some more ZBrush stuff when the assets are a little bit more detailed heavy, and like the normals need to be a little bit more exaggerated and stuff like that. I really miss using ZBrush, because ZBrush really allows me to create some awesome normals and then throw it into Substance Designer to kind of finish it off. So I'm sad about that, but it's okay. Hopefully we get to do that a little bit more inside the near future. For this level, I just want to get this level done and just kind of move on to the next asset, which I think is just going to be a single asset. Alright, so Substance Designer here. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I need to create a new Substance Designer, a new project, sorry, and let's start off with a 1024. And let's go with, these are all mixed up because I haven't done too much yet in Substance Designer, and I'm gonna garbage bin A as the mesh. I'm gonna use DirectX because that's what Unreal uses as well, and I'm just gonna press OK. Alright, so here we go. And for those who might be asking, I don't use the tablet for this, for Substance Designer. I just use my mouse. Again, sculpting, I definitely use it. I definitely use my tablet, but for this I don't. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do a few things, right? The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out what like the main material is. So I love utilizing the smart materials just cause I mean, again, I've said this before in my other videos, like I just love how quick and easy Substance Designer is. So I just quickly threw it on there, and okay, that's a little bit too, like, that's a little bit too much, right? That's bean metal, and that's like really bean metal. I'm gonna try and see if I can lower down the normals on this. This is the roughness, I believe. So I'm just gonna try and lower this down a tad bit, because this is pretty, like, it's beaten up. And that's not what I want. I want this thing to be pretty brand new. So I'm going to, let's try and use like a chrome blue, might not be what I want. Let's try and use maybe rusty metal. No, I don't want it to be rusty. Let's try silver armor. Let's try silver armor here. And I'm just gonna delete the bean metal, because that's definitely not what I want to go. This is still quite a bit dirty. I don't want it to be that dirty. I want it to be relatively clean. I mean, I can go through all of these and kind of like check off the dirt, right, and then check off edges and all those things, right? Like I can definitely go in and do that. But before I even do that, I'm so sorry, guys. I completely went off track. You want to do some bakes, right? Because right now, all this information is all these, what should I call it, alphas and masks that need to be created aren't being created properly, because there's nothing that it's kind of getting the information from. So right now, all these like edgeware stuff, there's no baked textures to help it find out where the edges are. So that's the biggest issue here. So I'm gonna go to bake textures right away, and I'm going to I'm gonna bake a few things. So I'm gonna bake everything, and except for the ID mask. I don't need an ID mask. And I'm gonna go to, it's gonna ask for, like, there's this yellow mark here, and it's like, hey, we need a high poly mesh, and I don't have a high poly mesh, so I'm just gonna use the regular mesh. And everything else should be fine. The cage file, I should be using cage files, but I don't. And I'm just gonna bake the texture here, and I'm just gonna let Substance Designer bake it. And what I love about Substance Designer is just how quick it bakes, right? And this is, I mean, again, I'm sure Quixel has gotten a lot better at this, right? But it's just something that I've noticed. And now I'm noticing that there's this, because of this asset being on top, it's actually creating a normal map on top of that, which is not really what I want, right? So I'm just going to quickly, if I remove the normal, I don't even know what the normal map looks like right now. I really wish that's one thing that I wish that they had. Let me see here, if maybe before I say that, F3. Let's go to, I think it's materials. No, what is it? To switch between channels. I forgot what the hotkey is. I think it's C. So it, oh, okay, yeah. So it doesn't go through the normal map. Be really nice to see the normal map here, but it's not going to show me the normal map. So, but it'd be really nice to kind of see how the normal map is looking, because I'm looking at this right now and I don't know if this is actually even showing anything, which is unfortunate. But so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, if I remove the normal map, it's still doing some stuff here. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe it'll be okay. So yeah, because I mean, you can see, right? You can see what happens here. What happens if I take off the AO? If I take off the AO, then it really gets rid of that, right? So so yeah, so I'll just remove the AO for now, and hopefully that's okay. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. And so now that I have my my maps and stuff kind of created. Man, I really like that AO though. The AO looked really good. I might put that back. Let me see. Normals and AO. Maybe I'll put the max frontal and stuff like that. Ignore back faces. What happens if I put this to 0.1? I just want to see the difference here. And because the baking happens so quickly, it's like I don't even mind, right? Yeah, see, so that definitely comes back because it's, again, it's overlapping, and it's trying to bake this information here onto the, because that's what it thinks that I'm trying to make it do. Which is really unfortunate. I mean, I can always go in there. Can I actually go in there? No, I lie. I can't. So that's really unfortunate. So I'm just gonna remove that. Oh well. Okay. So okay. So first off, so I have this kind of like material, right? This silver material. Hold on. Where did I? Sorry about that, guys. I had to quickly cut there. I freaked out a bit when I couldn't find my wedding ring that I took off for a few for a few minutes. Found it. It's good. It's fine. Okay. So let's see here. So this is the base texture. What I'm going to do right away is I'm going to add a black mask to it. And a black mask is going to say don't put this material on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a paint. And I'm going to do some selection. So this allows me to select where I want this specific material to be placed, right? So I'm going to go with the UVs. So this way, when I select on a face, right, that UV shell is going to be applied. So I'm going to select here. All right, and again, this is the beauty of substance, the substance stuff, you know. So this is the UV shells, right? So I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just so much quicker. There's no hassle about getting material IDs or anything like that, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like this is kind of like a rubber. So I'm going to add like a rubber here, like a tire rubber. What other rubbers do they have? I know they have more rubbers here. And I'm not talking about the rubbers. I'm talking about material rubbers. I guess all they have is tire rubbers, which is fine. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add another black mask to it. And then I'm going to add paint. And then I'm going to paint in here. Yeah, I'm paint inside. I'm gonna make sure that the mask is actually selected, right? And then add the paint layer into the mask. And then from here, you add where you want to go. So I'm gonna go UVs again. I'm just gonna add it right here, right? Just gonna add that, and there we go. And so that way, it's kind of like the rubber stopper in between, the little lid here. And then also I have it so that this part is going to be rubber. And then I will make, let's see here. Oh, I forgot this part. So I'm going to go back to painting here. And I'm going to select the bottom part to have it as well. Right? So now we have kind of like this really quick and fast textured garbage can that I can just throw into Unreal and see how it looks, and really kind of you know, see it already. I mean, it's not finished. I mean, there's different ways and different things I can do to make it look cooler, add different generators and stuff like that, which I will do. So right now I'm just gonna continue, and let's try and find another material just to see how this looks, right? I'm just gonna add shoot. Okay, I'm just going to add another material here. So I added a steel material, right? And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add a black mask to it, and I'm going to go to paint, and I will select by UVs, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to select this, right? Select all that. There we go. So now we have this steel and we have this silver. Now something that I'm noticing is that there's not much of a difference between the two, which isn't a bad thing, and it's not a good thing though, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and maybe add like a chrome blue, and oh jeez, I always do this. Chrome blue. I mean, is it easier for me just to add smart material like this? No, I don't like that either. I'm just gonna add it here, and I'm gonna. Can I copy this mask? I'm gonna copy. Can I copy mask? Let's see. Copy mask, and I'm just gonna go here. I'm just gonna paste mask. Can I paste mask? Doesn't look like I can paste the mask, so I mean it's easy enough for me just to go add black mask, paste mask, paste into mask. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay, so I can do that, and I'm just gonna remove that, and I mean it creates some weird things going on here. Well, I don't know if I'm a fan of this chrome. Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of this chrome, so I'm just going to remove the chrome. Let's see. Let's try something else. Let's try rust and metal. No, let's try steel is what we're using right now. Steel scratched. Let's try this T8000 thing and see how this goes. Let's go to add mask, add black mask, and paste into mask. Remove this. Ooh, no, that's not what I want. That looks pretty dirty. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. Okay, so let's keep. I mean, again, I'm being super nitpicky. Obviously, the chrome works completely fine. I can easily just paint like dirt or something on it, and it'll look completely fine. But you know, for me, I'm just trying to see if I can show you guys a little bit more than just that, right? So this is steel scratch. Steel scratch is pretty cool. It kind of adds that little flair to it. It looks similar though. I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it like the clean one for now, and I'm gonna delete this. So now it's kind of so this is kind of like, you know, it looks pretty decent, right? So what I can do now is I can go to let's go and create some dirt stuff. So let's go to silver armor, right? And I can go in here and I can create some different things here. Let's go and create let's go add a generator. And I'm gonna add, so I'm going to generators, I'm gonna go to like ground dirt so that you can see like dirt kind of crawling up here. So that is a little bit much, obviously, right? That's a bit much, obviously. So we're just gonna change that. We're gonna add another layer here. We're gonna add a layer, and this layer is gonna have actually, hold on, is this what I want? Let's go and yeah, hold on, let me just redo this. Sorry guys. I'm going to add a fill layer here, and this is gonna be called ground dirt. Okay, I'm gonna call this ground dirt, and I'm gonna this material dirt, so it's gonna be kind of a little bit in like the the brown side of things, right? And I mean, I should be using like a PBR cheat sheet, right, for this to make sure this is completely accurate. It's definitely not metal, and this is I'll add the roughness to it. Let's just add the roughness around there, and then from here I'm going to add a mask, and then I'm going to add a generator, and then from here I'm going to grab a ground generator. Right, so now I have like this kind of brown dirt, right? So I'm going to show you guys how this looks like without it, right? So that's without it, right? And then this is with it, right? So now you can see how, I mean, this is a little bit too dirty, right? Obviously, this person's garbage can is definitely not this dirty. So I'm going to lower down the levels a little bit, right? And I'm just gonna have it like that, maybe, you know, just kind of give it that oomph that it needs. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely been used, it's been tossed around a little bit, right? And then maybe I'll the dirt height, you know, I'll just kind of bring it down a little bit. Let's bring some of the contrast down, you know. So yeah, so that way it's not too dirty. So there we go. So we've done that. To add that little bit of dirt to it. Let's add some like dust or something. Let's see, do they have dust? They have AO dirt, color variations and stuff like that. And I mean, like, because of the way that it generates these things, it's so quick, right? It's so quick and easy. And you know, I hate to keep advertising for Substance. And you know what? I don't hate it. I love advertising for Substance. So Substance, if you enjoy me advertising for you, you know, let me know. But you know, it's just the way that they do it is just so quick and easy, and that's why I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna create a let's see, I'll create add another fill layer, and this one I'll call like dust, right? And again, I'm gonna go with the roughness, you know, a little bit, I mean it's pretty rough, it's not metal, right? And then I'm gonna go to add mask again, and I'm going to add a generator, and here I'm gonna add I'm going to add, there's grease, and grease would be kind of cool. I wish they had like a leak, because I mean it would make sense for it to like leak a little bit, right? Grease, grease would make sense too, right? So I mean, no, hold on, let's stay on let's stay on track here. Let's go with dust, right? There's no AO, so the dust is gonna look a little bit off. Right now dust is piling on top of here, so yeah, do you see how much dust is being piled up there? So right now, obviously, because there's no AO, it's not liking it. So you know what? Let's scrap the dust. Let's scrap the dust. Let's do that grease. So I'm gonna add fill. I'm gonna go grease. Right, and grease. Let's make that like a yellowy kind of color, a little bit more like a yellowy kind of color. And I'm gonna add a mask, obviously. Add black mask, and let's go with add generator, and we're gonna go with grease. And oh, geez, that's gross. See, so that's a bit much. And let me just change the color here a little bit. I'm just gonna change the color here. Don't really like that color. I'm gonna make it a little bit more of a darker, greasier kind of color here. Yeah, so this grease is a little bit too much, obviously, and I'm gonna quickly turn down the levels of this. And let's see, thickness. Let's go contrast. Yeah, I'm actually not digging it. Okay, so yeah, I just wasn't digging it. So okay, so I'm just gonna actually go in and paint a bunch of things now. So I can paint. I really wish they had like leaks, liquid stream, some heavy leaking, so I can. So let me just quickly create a brand new layer here, and I'm just gonna go leaks, and this is with particles, so this is gonna be pretty cool. Gonna be coloring this with some of that like brownie kind of color, and let's just I wanna create some leaks, guys. No, that's not. This isn't gonna be working. Maybe I need to make the brush bigger. No. So that's rain. That's pretty cool. But the heavy leaks are not really working that well here. No. Okay. So screw the leaks. That's not working either. I mean, I can probably stencil oil leaks. So let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be working as well as I would like it to do. Yeah, but I mean, let's just use this as an example here. I'm just going to these are some alphas that I can be using, so I can just quickly go and draw a bunch of things that I like here. Right, and just kind of like play around with things if I want, but I think for now though, I think this is good enough for now. I think let's add some dirt to the tire rubber parts here. I'm just gonna add some dirt to it. just because I'm sure people are gonna be stomping on this a lot, so it's gonna have some wear and tear, right? So let's add a fill layer, and I'll throw it into here, and I'm just going to, so this is the rubber base. I'm just gonna put this on top here, and I will put this as dirt, and we'll change the color of it again to like a more dirt kind of color, and this is gonna have another black mask to it, and we are going to, what am I gonna do? I was gonna do something. I was gonna add a mask. Sorry guys, I just kind of got really distracted there after. Let's see, where's the ground stuff? Ground. Oh, sorry. Add generator. Some ground stuff, right? So now it's a little bit dirtier, and we can definitely change some of this here, so the levels of it, so it's not so much. But now at least it has some of that dirt on it, right? And I can probably just take this and then duplicate it. I can probably just duplicate this whole layer, duplicate layers, well, and then throw this into the steel layer as well, and then now we should have some dirt kind of being added onto it. And yeah, so there we go. So there you have it. It's pretty simple, right? Pretty quick. And so there we go. So we have that. So now I can quickly save this, and I'm going to save this as let's see, public stuff for kitchen. Let's go to substance, and let's put this as what was it, garbage bin A SPP, and then I'm going to export this out. I'm going to export out the textures, and usually I put this out on my desktop, but let's not do that today. Let's try and be a little bit more clean. Let's go to substance, and or actually let's go to texture. You know what, let's continue doing it at the desktop, because I feel it's fine. Desktop selected, and then I'm just going to export this out. Open folder. Alright, so in here it's going to have like the Fong 2 or whatever. So first off, I'm just going to get rid of the height. Not going to need that. And the base color, I'm just going to go garbage bin underscore A base color. I'm just going to take that. I'm just going to paste it everywhere, right? And have this ready for Unreal. And I'll show you guys that as well. Okay, so here's my 4 textures. These are the 4 textures that are really important, and I'm gonna throw this into my Unreal folder. So I'm gonna go to my content, textures, and I'm gonna throw it into here, and then let's load up Unreal. So in Unreal, what do we have here? Let's load up our kitchen scene. Today, hopefully, I can try and get some of the cabinets and stuff modeled. I don't know if I'll be able to throw it into Substance. I mean, I'm very limited to what I can do on my machines. I have 2 machines that I work on, and this machine allows me to do like everything, and my other machine doesn't. So, depending on where I am. So let's see. Something that I've learned about Maya is, oh no, that should be okay. Let's see. Okay, so what the hell was I doing? My textures. So garbage bin. First thing I always do is I load up my metallic and my roughness, and this way I can change the sRGB to none on these. Right. So there we go. And then after that, let's load up my scene. That might be a good idea. So there's a bunch of this like failed to load, grid, crap. I'm just gonna clear it. It's not that big of a deal. So now my garbage bin is like blue here, it was just like a test thing. I need to create a material, so I'm just gonna create a brand new material. I'm gonna call this garbage bin A underscore mat, and this way. So now I have all these open. Go to my textures, load up all my textures here. I'm just gonna throw it all in. Throw it all in here. And let's see. So I believe this is my color mask. So I'm going to my base. This I believe is my metal mask, my metallic mask. This is my normal mask. So let's put that normal in there. And this should be my roughness mask. Alright, so there we go. I'm just going to save this quickly. Yep. Unreal didn't break. Yay. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to my props. I'm going to go to my garbage bin, which is blue here. And I'm going to apply the garbage bin material. And I just want to quickly see here. Whoa. Oh, I don't have... I know what's going on. I don't have the most updated re-UV'd map. So I got to go back and let me just because I UV'd this and I didn't export it out as an FBX. So let's go and do that. I was wondering what was going on. So I'm gonna go to content, props, garbage bin, export this out, and it should re-import into here, and there it is. See, so now it has the proper textures in there, and obviously right now it's in unlit mode, right? So if I actually lit this now, let's just put a big light just for fun. Obviously this is not gonna be. I'm just gonna put it like right up here. Right up there. And I'm just going to build this out. Just kind of show you guys how this is gonna look like. This video is actually gonna be quite long. I'm sorry, guys. Didn't realize that I've already been going on for about 20 minutes. Apply now. Uh-oh. Don't crash on me, Unreal. Oh, there you go. So it's super dark in here still. So I'm not sure what's going on. What happens if I bring this outside? If I bring it outside, then you can start to see it a little bit better. It's this auto exposure thing. Let me just get rid of that auto exposure. Exposure. Fix that. None. Okay, so now it just doesn't keep switching back and forth on me. Yeah, it just keeps kind of like going back and forth, so I don't like that. Don't like that. So yeah, I mean it's a little bit dark. I think you'll see it a little bit more clearly when the lighting is a little bit more done. But yeah, I mean for now I guess I can just quickly throw in another one outside here. Let me just save everything before stuff gets lost or whatever. But yeah, I mean this is how it looks. Right, this garbage can there with some dirt and rubber on it. I mean it's not like, you know, it's not like a finished model or anything like that, but it's gonna do the job for what it needs to do. So alright, well I'm gonna end the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys again next time. See you later.